As a child care member, I just love serving the kids. Even if it's just for a few hours each week, it's such a blessing. I love getting to serve new families and talk to them and get to work with the new kids and kind of see how they grow out of their bubble. And when I walk in the doors, I just am reminded of Deuteronomy 10:12, which is, "What has the Lord your God called you, but to serve the Lord with all your heart and mind and soul, and to love Him with all your heart and mind and soul." And just seeing those kids, it's such a blessing to be able to serve them and such a joy.
I agree with Sophie. It's just been such a blessing to serve in the kids ministry. It's really helped me be involved in the church and get to know families and other volunteers, and just seeing the kids and how the ministry has grown over the past several years, because I've been serving as a Life Connection group leader for a couple of years now. And so seeing how we've gone from just a couple kids in a room to having 12 two-year-olds on a Sunday morning. We both serve on the preschool side, but we see it on the elementary school side as well. We just see more families coming to the church, which is a huge blessing, but there definitely is a need for more space so that we can properly serve those kids and serve them well.
I currently serve in Awana Children's Ministry, and I came to Awana last year, and I ended up really loving it, and just really enjoy just being around the kids, teaching them Bible verses, learning with them. I learned probably just as much from them as hopefully that they learned from me and from the gospel. I just love hanging out with the kids. They just pour so much into me, and hopefully I pour a lot into them.
I started serving a little over a year ago, and honestly, youth is not where I plan to serve. I really enjoy working in kids ministry, and that's been a joy. And then they needed a spot filled at youth, and so I got the opportunity to go and work with specifically the 11th grade girls, and it was just amazing. Like, the Lord has done more in my life, I think, than what I've been able to do in theirs. I have just learned how to be a true imitator of Christ, because I realize that these girls are trying to imitate me. So it has been really sweet, and just trying to become a leader worthy of imitation and just be someone that they can look up to.
Yeah, and I started serving probably about a year and a half ago. It's been one of the most impactful things I've done, just to form those relationships with guys that are younger than me, and like to walk in on a Sunday and see them and have those relationships built. I hope that my time here with those guys has been as impactful for them as it has been for me. Tons of kids coming in from all different schools. So it's cool to see all these different faces and new faces every week coming into youth.
For sure. And I don't know if you have been in a room with about 100-something teenagers from after their long, busy days, but it's not enjoyable for anyone. So, you know, we could always use more space.
Yeah, so we did have 125 total this last week, which with 25 adults and 100 students, that is a lot of people in such a small space. The new facilities that we are proposing will be huge. It'll give us a lot more room, not just for growth, but to have more opportunities to have small groups and to have those conversations that we need to have with the students to better equip them for, beyond the youth group.
Our youth is very special to us. We love serving with them, not just because we love to teach them about God and point them in the direction that they need to go for the future, but they are a big blessing to us as we love on them, they love on us, and teach us some things along the way.
I am so thankful for our volunteers, and so many of you in our church, you volunteer so well and so sacrificially. And for those of you who volunteer in our students ministry, in our children's ministry, God bless you. You are serving such a tremendous need in our church, and I'm so thankful for you. I want to see more volunteers used by God to reach the next generation. And I want you as a church to invest in these volunteers by providing them with the space that they need to minister well. I want you to continue to pray about how you can help us connect faith to our future as we think about the next generation and our volunteers who are equipping that next generation. Would you continue to pray that God would lead you to give sacrificially and generously towards our Connecting Faith to the Future campaign as we try to make this dream of new facilities a reality?